The weight of dreams. Sometimes we think being strong means doing everything alone. We believe asking for help makes us weak. But for David, a 23-year-old carpenter from a quiet village, that belief nearly crushed his dream before it even began. David's life was simple, but heavy with struggle. His father had passed away years ago, leaving him with an old creaky workshop and a few worn-out tools. Every morning, David worked alone, fixing tables, carving chairs, and serving customers who bargained so hard he could barely afford bread and firewood. But behind his tired eyes burned a fire, a dream. He'd often sit by the window at sunset, looking beyond the green fields and rocky roads, whispering to himself, "One day, I'll own the biggest furniture store in the region. People will come from far away to buy my work." Reality, though, was unforgiving. Every time he saved a few coins, some disaster struck. A leaky roof, a broken saw, or his mother's medicine. One evening, a local farmer mocked him. "David, you can't even afford good wood. Stop dreaming about a furniture store." Those words stung, but David clenched his jaw. "They'll see," he thought. "I'll prove them wrong." Little did he know, that very dream would test every ounce of strength he had and teach him a truth he never expected. The merchant's offer one cold morning, the bell above David's workshop door jingled. In walked Mr. Aziz, a well-known merchant and traveler with silver hair and sharp eyes. "I've heard about your craftsmanship, young man," he said, running his hand over a chair. "I want a large dining table. Something beautiful. Can you do it in a week?" David's heart pounded. This was the biggest order he'd ever received. "Yes, sir," he replied eagerly. "I'll make it perfect." For 3 days, David worked tirelessly, cutting, sanding, shaping. But by the 4th day, disaster struck. He ran out of wood. When he went to the supplier, prices had doubled because of winter demand. He couldn't afford enough wood to finish the job. Panic filled his chest. Should I ask Mr. Aziz for an advance? He wondered. But pride stopped him. No, I can handle it myself. He tried borrowing money from a neighbor named Wed, but Wed just laughed. "David, you finish a big order like that? You'll never make it." That night, David sat on a worn-out bench staring at his few remaining coins. The workshop was quiet except for the wind slipping through cracks in the roof. Maybe they're right, he thought bitterly. Maybe I'm just chasing foolish dreams. The risk and the reward. Then he remembered his mother's words, soft, gentle yet powerful. "David, every big thing starts with one small step. Don't be afraid to try again." The next morning, with nothing to lose, David packed a few small folding chairs he had built and traveled to the city. He set up a tiny stall in a crowded market, hoping to sell them. Hours passed. No one stopped. His stomach growled with hunger. Just as he was about to give up, a wealthy woman paused in front of his stall. "These are lovely," she said, running her hand along the polished wood. "How much?" When she bought all of them, David almost couldn't believe it. With that money, he bought the wood he needed and rushed home. By the end of the week, he finished the table, elegant, strong, and shining like pride itself. When Mr. Aziz returned, his eyes widened. "This is incredible," he said with a smile. "You have a gift, young man. Never give up on it." David felt a surge of confidence. For the first time, he believed maybe his dream wasn't so impossible after all. The big break weeks later, word spread fast. People from nearby towns started visiting David's shop. Orders flowed in, chairs, cabinets, tables. Then came a letter from the city. A businessman wanted 10 dining tables in just 1 month. It was a life-changing deal, enough to rebuild his shop and secure his family's future. But one look at his tiny workshop told him the truth. He didn't have enough tools, space, or hands to finish that much work alone. Still, David said yes. "I can do it," he promised. He spent the night planning. If he worked from dawn to midnight, maybe, just maybe, he could make it. But he needed money for wood. His savings were gone. In the end, he sold his father's old gold watch, the only thing left of him. As the jeweler placed coins in his hand, David's chest ached. "Forgive me, Dad. I'll make this worth it." He bought the best wood and began the hardest month of his life. He worked until his hands bled, until sleep was a forgotten luxury. Villages told him to rest, but he refused. "I can't stop now," he whispered. "Not when I'm this close." The breaking point one evening, as he tested the 10th table, it cracked, a hidden flaw in the wood. The sound broke something inside him. He He sank to the floor, exhausted, trembling. His workshop smelled of sawdust and failure. Just then his mother entered quietly. She saw the tears in his eyes and the tiredness in his body. "Son," she said softly, "you've worked enough. You need rest." "I can't stop, Mom," he said, voice breaking. "I need to finish this. I have to prove I can do it alone." She placed her hand on his shoulder. "You've already proven your strength. But remember, if your health breaks, all this success will mean nothing. Life isn't meant to be carried alone. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise." David looked at her silent. Her words pierced through the fog of pride that had blinded him for so long. The power of asking for help the next morning. For the first time in years, David swallowed his pride and asked for help. To his surprise, the villagers came. Some brought tools, others brought food. Together they sanded, carved, and built. Laughter filled the little workshop. The once lonely place now buzzed with teamwork. By the end of the week, all 10 tables were ready. Strong, beautiful, and perfectly crafted. When the businessman came, he was stunned. "I've never seen such craftsmanship," he said, handing David the full payment. That money changed David's life. He rebuilt his shop, bought new tools, and even hired young men from the village, the same people who once doubted him. But the greatest reward wasn't the money or fame. It was the realization that success isn't about doing everything alone. It's about having the courage to reach out and accept a helping hand. So if you're chasing a dream, remember, working hard makes you strong, but asking for help, that's what makes you unstoppable. Voiceover outro. Did you enjoy David's story? Tell us what lesson you took from it in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.